So what happens when protagonists become orphans, get abandoned, live in poor conditions, or say they aren't really happy? Their life turns upside down for those reasons, but what if I told you that 9 out of 10 times, those orphan characters become the most insane powerful beings thanks to being gifted great power, or they simply have that hidden talent that will soon be revealed. I've got such a great lineup for you guys here. Today, I'm diving into anime where poor orphans become insanely overpowered. Let's kick this list off with a familiar face, an anime series that perfectly showcases a weak-looking abandoned orphan child that becomes a powerhouse in this anime. Mashle is a anime that is all about magic, but this guy doesn't even need magic to be strong, as training for years lifting weights to build his muscles and strength proves that this is actually enough to make it in the big leagues. He enrolls into the Magic Academy, passes the entrance exam with breeze, and now is part of the academy, hiding the fact that he can't use magic, otherwise, well, he may get kicked out. Watch as others use magic to fight. Meanwhile, Mashle uses the power of his fists. Before we continue with the video, a word from today's sponsor, and that is from Tipsy Chat. This is a brand new immersive AI fantasy role-playing chat available on PC, iOS, and Android. Tipsy Chat offers a new dimension of interactive storytelling through AI-driven plot generation, providing endless possibilities for creating and journeying with personalized fantasy characters that are available for you to have a good time with. It is by far one of the best storytelling apps designed for K-pop fans, fantasy lovers, and character-driven communities. It's a space where people can dive into unique worlds, build emotional connections with characters, and enjoy rich, immersive conversations whenever you want. Tons of awesome looking characters that you can have a realistic chat with, and the best part about all this, it is completely free. Now's your chance to enjoy Tipsy Chat to the fullest. Click that link in the description and download the app when you can, and use the code you see on screen to receive 100 free gems as a welcome bonus for all new people who sign up. Thank you for Tipsy Chat for sponsoring today's video, and now, let's get back to those anime recommendations. If you need some epic action in a spy-themed anime series of how a young man with apparently no talent or skill becomes the world's greatest spy, then check out Mission Yozakura.
It's my turn to be the one to protect you!
Are you two okay?
Asano lost both of his parents in an accident and is now left all alone, but he still has his childhood friend Mutsumi at school and is always beside him wherever he is. However, Asano discovers the secret of Mutsumi and that she is the head of the Yozakura family, a family that consists of elite spies. So, in order for Asano to marry Mutsumi and become the head, he must prove himself worthy in protecting her and becoming the world's greatest spy that this place has ever seen.
提前完成了，大家一激动，大功告成！然后。
Losing money to be a tycoon. This is a donghua animation anime that you may not even have seen before. And it's got a pretty insane twist that take you on a journey to watch of how a character goes from rags to riches through a very unique system that grants him power. Although that sounds pretty easy, that system actually forces the protagonist, Pei-kyan, to stay on end in order to win and to satisfy and meet the quota for the system. Otherwise, failing would result in him being locked out and going back to being a poor guy. He must stay on his game to remain wealthy by either making good or bad business decisions that will affect his outcome. And now we are at probably one of the most generic isekai reincarnation stories yet, but somehow this show still remains popular to this day because everyone just loves to witness an absurdly overpowered protagonist that never loses. Spirit Chronicles follows a boy named Ryo who lost his parents as a young child in another world and becomes a weak-looking orphan. A goddess then descends to grant him power to seek revenge on the one who killed his mother. Now, he managed to rescue a princess being kidnapped and then was rewarded to attend a school of nobles. Meanwhile, keep in mind, he's the only commoner in the school and is often bullied for his low-rank status. Yet he is the most powerful prodigy in this world that they ever seen before, and soon builds his own harem, fights to save his close friends, and does what any Isekai hero would do.
だから今から俺が何をしようが俺に責任はねえ。
15-year-old lonely boy Mahiro lives alone until he picked up a poor black cat from the streets to take care of it, and suddenly it transformed into a person who was a vampire with special powers. Mahiro accidentally formed a contract with the strange vampire, where now he will be dragged into supernatural events of battle to fight other people with their vampire familiars in an epic battle royale. It's life-threatening, it's epic, and a lot is on the line for who is the strongest duo in this series. War God System, I'm Counting on You, is one of the more underrated donghua anime series that follows Anlin, an ordinary young man who encounters a life-changing system that grants him insane power.
启动战神系统。太突然了吧？能不能介绍一下背景啊？爽文看过吧？爽文男主开挂，还需要背景吗？不需要。
People made fun of Anlin for being weak, but with the help of the new system, he was able to massively improve his cultivation skills to reach higher levels and gain outstanding performances. Now, with all this power, he has achieved a close friend group and embarked on his greatest journey yet.
生かしておいたのにお前らは危険すぎた。
This show honestly gets a lot of hate, but in my eyes, it's not even that bad. Witches were once heroes of this world who bring peace to humans, but lately, scientific knowledge has advanced to greater heights, and now humans stand on an equal footing as witches in terms of power. Now, the Empire has ordered an execution of all the witches as they got greedy to want to have to rule the world themselves. So, we have the protagonist named Adonis, who is a young orphan in the care of a witch named Chloe, who were fleeing from the Empire's capture. But that didn't really go as planned, as Adonis was all alone after Chloe was killed. But now, he wishes nothing but misery upon people as he seeks revenge to kill all humans of this world with his overpowered magic and find a way to bring his beloved Chloe back to life. Now we move on to one of my personal favorite donghua anime Chinese series that features a very unique power system for our protagonist named Lushu.
啊，就快到了！啊，
But after losing both of his parents, he now enrolls into a very prestigious high school, and a sudden car accident that he encounters changes his life altogether when he unlocks his secret cultivation skill of being able to gain so much power by simply riling people up and getting their negative emotion to power himself up. His own actions will bring the negative emotions of people around him, and that way he can become unstoppable by just annoying everyone around him, which is pretty hilarious in my opinion.
Trying to hit on me.
Hey!
And don't cry that I'm playing dirty. The battle has begun.
Acceleratio! Flare! Oleum! Cadere Uranium!
Not too sure.
The Faraway Paladin is genuinely a very solid anime about a boy who passes on to the next life and is named Will. He is an orphan child that is under the care of undead beings and is seemingly very strong, but not too strong so he doesn't, overpower others. So it's kind of this is probably one of the big isekai that is, balancing powers. But anyways, the show mixes a lot of categories together, but most noticeably slice of life, which shows the life of Will until he grows up and goes on a journey, and some action here and there when it comes to the fights. There is so much to discover beyond this world, the truth about the undead, and what challenges lie ahead of this great isekai journey.
Headquarters. Hey, good morning, everyone. And that was when I woke up in my bed.
What made any of that a horror story?
I thought I had finally made it to the agency, but I was actually still in bed.
And now for the top spot on this list, Bungou Stray Dogs. Let me tell you, this here is a top tier pick of an anime for you all to see. The orphanage kicked out a young boy and is left on the streets to starve to death. There were incidents roaming around of a white tiger terrorizing these parts of town, but it was a big surprise when Detective Dazai came across that same tiger that he was investigating, and it seems to be a powerful spirit-like ability that young boy possesses. Now the kid was put into the spot to join a special supernatural investigation team that not even the police can handle, and with his powers, he will be able to solve mysteries and also fight against evil. This overall sums up the entire list, and even though this was a pretty much specific topic, this kind of trope does actually exist, and it seems to really be more popular over time, to be honest. But if you did enjoy, then please do drop a like to show your support, and subscribe to stay notified of all my latest uploads here on YouTube. Take care, everyone, and I'll be seeing you all in the next one.